Okay. All right, trying something a little bit different tonight. I've got a hopefully a little better setup on my sound and microphone. Going to do a VATSIM flight tonight, or going to attempt one. VATSIM, if you don't know, is the live online air traffic control system that where other players log in as controllers and help direct flight simulation traffic from lots of other flight simulation platforms, including X-Plane and P3D and FSX, and of course Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, which is the only flight sim platform that I have. And we're going to be flying today from Toronto in a GoJet United flight 4510 from Toronto to Chicago. Should be just almost an hour and a half flight, and my first flight on VATSIM in a long time. There's no controllers right now on the ground for Toronto, so I'll just be going out and on Unicom and getting clearance that way for other people, and just making everyone else aware of what I'm up to. So, with that, let's jump in the cockpit and start firing things up. Okay. Battery is on. We need to go back over here and connect the external power so that we can kick that on as well. And get some lights going just a little bit. No smoking lights can come on. Seatbelts off. Emergency lights armed. Let me see. I think I'm going to turn the game sounds down just a little bit. It sounds kind of loud in my headset. Cut that down, and hopefully you guys can still hear me pretty good. Anybody popping into the stream while I'm doing this, let me know what it sounds like and looks like. Hopefully it's easy to understand me and you can still hear stuff, and enjoyable. Okay, so let's see. Integrated lighting needs to come all the way up, or integral lighting, as I've heard it called by people that actually know what they're talking about. Windshield heats to low. I'll leave probe heat. Well, let's go ahead and turn that on, or I'll forget about it later. Packs are off. Logo light can come on. Nav light can come on. And we'll leave the hydraulics where they're at right now as well. If we pop over here and take a look. The scenery here in Toronto is kind of bare bones. This is the default. Default.
All right, over to Cleveland 134.9. Thanks for the event. Have a good night. You do really well.
Whoa, that was loud. That's someone on air traffic control. We tuned into Unicom when the plane power kicked on. So I'm going to turn that audio down just a little bit, and hopefully that won't be too outrageously loud, and I can still hear it. Toronto is offline because apparently they were doing an event tonight. So it's just going to be us on Unicom. Live map. Yep, still no coverage there. So we'll get off of the ground on our own and get onto some flight sim coverage when we get, or flight control coverage once we get out over the Great Lakes. So, with that, let's go ahead and get back in the cockpit and finish setting things up. Nav to IRS to nav mode, and we'll go ahead and activate yaw dampers and stabilizer trim and mock trim. Get the yoke out of the way, and then we'll come over here to the FMS and start to plug in our route, which is a very easy one today because it's a pretty short flight. Okay, position in it. We are at Charlie Yankee Yankee, if I can click on it, Zulu, which is the ICAO code for Toronto. I believe we're at, again, because the scenery is not great, I believe we're at gate 246, so we'll try that and see if it works. It does. We'll copy, yep, that's pretty close. So we'll use the FMS position and, copy it here, actually, and initialize it off of that. And today, like I said, we're going from Toronto to Chicago, so that's CYYZ over to KORD, Chicago O'Hare. For those of you in chat, if you could let me know if the audio sounds okay. Trying a little different setup tonight. Hopefully it's a little bit better. Hopefully no echo. So if you're here, say hi. Our alternate? Do we have an alternate on our flight plan? Let me take a look here. Yep, alternate is Detroit. Although it's purely academic to set this up because there's no alternate flight plan available in the flight management system yet. But hey, maybe we'll get there someday. Okay, and we are GoJet Golf Juliet Sierra 4510. Awesome, let's go ahead and execute that. And we'll go over to the next page of our flight plan. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and enter the departure first. We're on the GoPup 3 departure. Oh, next page. Missed it. Via the Hawk transition. I believe from runway 15 left. Execute that. And we'll be arriving into, and this may change, so we'll have to stay on top of that, depending on what air traffic control gives us, because controllers are online heading into Chicago. Let's see. Looking for 28 right. And again, this is purely dependent upon the discretion of the controllers, but we're pre-programming it just to see if it lines up with what they're going to be doing on the wind to arrival via the Flint transition, because that should completely lock in our flight plan. Go to the legs page and check for any discontinuities, like right there. So from GoPup, it should be it should actually go to Hawk. Let's look at this again. GoPup 3. Hawk transition. Wave 1.5 left. Execute. Legs. There we go. Hawk, then Flint, because it doesn't know exactly how to connect that, but we're just going to go straight there. And then on to Emma and Wind. Okay, perfect. And the arrival into 2.8 right. Gravy. Flight plan again. Yep. I'll go ahead and check this guy. Okay. Yeah. That's fine. I understand that. It's very abbreviated here because all these are basically pre-planned routes with all the waypoints built in, but those waypoints are visible on the legs page. Let's go to the perf section. Perf init. Cruise today. Actually, I need that guy back. Should be 32,000 feet. So we'll go FL320. Plug that in right there. And we'll enter the rest of the perf information into our tablet. Let's keep that. Let's come over here and do that now. Actually, let's go ahead and get some fuel on board, as well as starting up our passenger simulation. Cool. So this little widget over here is pretty neat. I can actually manipulate the camera to get to it. Cool. Block fuel today is 10,178 pounds. So we'll just increase that about as fast as we can. And then that will fill the tanks in real time. Nope. And I think that's close enough. On it goes, and that will fill our tanks. Oh, okay. Over here, let's get recentered so I can focus on the tablet. We're taking 66 passengers with us today. We'll just go with those cargo values, and then we'll say 10,178. Right? And once the fuel is done loading, I'll use the button here to set the payload and copy the performance information to the simulator. The V speeds will change too once all that weight and stuff is all loaded on board. So that is kooky cool. Hope everybody's doing good out there. A little Saturday night flight simming. Let's switch over to our plan mode. And step through this plan. Actually, here. And once we get on our way in, yep, that's a big old mess, but ATC, hopefully if they're still online, will vector us around and down into where we need to be. Okay, great stuff. Perf again. Fuel management. I thought there was a place for us to enter our cost index, which is 45 tonight, but maybe not. If not, I don't think it's that important. We're going to probably go with the old toga takeoff anyway. Next page. Wind components. Go ahead and pull that up on our OFP. Have an average wind component of, fortunately, a 78 knot headwind. So we'll say M78 and put that into our cruise, and the FMS will take into account the wind components. And we'll go here to the last page. And we're not going to mess with any of that because we're not really trying to punch a clock here. We're just trying to have a little fun. Our radios, we're on Unicom frequency 122.8. We need to come down here and our ATC is set to 2000 because we don't have anybody telling us what our transponder code should be. And our TCAS setting, which is traffic collision avoidance system, will be telling us where to look out for people in the sky. Okay, let's close that and come up here and start setting up some stuff in the FMS for our departure. I already scouted ahead here, and if we are leaving from 15 left, we'll push back from the gate down Delta Romeo to Delta to Bravo, and up across runway 23 onto Juliet and depart on runway 15 left. If we look at the departure information itself, actually, let's change something on this. Oh, that's right. It's just, this doesn't line up because this part of the graph is not to, map is not to scale. So that is technically what we're doing. It's just sort of abbreviated here. We'll go with, well, we'll start at 5,000 and then we'll take ourselves up automatically to 32,000. We're at 10,000 right now, but let's dial that back just a little bit. Let's go ahead and check the weather. Altimeter is 2986. and partly cloudy. Actually, I would say overcast conditions. Integral lighting up here as well as on the pedestal. Whoops. Okay. Cool. That's our fuel load going. We are fully loaded with fuel. Let's come back here and say set payload in simulator. And we'll do it one more time so it balances out. Here's our new V speeds. We'll pop those over to the FMS. And flight directors can't come on. Let's go ahead and get the APU fired up, and I'll also kick off the boarding process for our passengers this evening. Probably have to turn that down a little bit too. And you go away. If you're watching in the stream, don't be shy. Say hello. Always like to hear from people, and especially want to know if the stream quality is looking okay. Not my quality. My quality is dubious at best. But it would be nice to know if there's any problems with what people are seeing. Oh, Toronto Center just came online, so that's good. As well as the ATIS. Okay, so we're going to have to change our departure because the plan on control is to depart on runway 23. See if I can pop that in right now and get it switched around. First thing, I'll change it here. And that will change our taxi route, but makes it easier, because that way we don't have to cross that runway, we'll just depart off of it. There we go, departure. Going on runway 23. And execute. Ooh, that broke something. Let's look at the legs page here. Yeah, we don't want to go to that.
Welcome aboard this United flight. United is a proud member of the Star Alliance network. Please make sure all carry-on items are securely stowed either under the seat in front of you or in an overhead compartment. Customers in United Global First and United Business First must stow all items in an overhead or side storage compartment. Approved personal electronic devices may be used while parked at the gate with the boarding door open. We will advise you when they must be turned off and stowed prior to closing the boarding door. United Economy Plus seating is reserved for customers who have purchased those seats. If you are interested in purchasing an available Economy Plus seat, please ask a flight attendant for more details in flight. If you are seated in an exit row, please review the front of the safety card. If you cannot meet the standards or are unwilling or unable to perform the actions possibly reseating.
Audio is a little bungled there. Runway 23. Vectors. Would TLM be the correct waypoint? Let's compare it to our charts. TLM, Tulak. Go pup. That needs to go away. That's way too soon for that. Oh, no, that was right. Dang it. Cancel. Tulak, go pet, index, tag'em, hawk. That's all correct. After hawk, it comes into the arrival, which is Emma El Tour. Vio Ditka. Mike Ditka. Love it. Walter. River. Peyton. Wind. Fire. Ernie. Oop. Yep, Ernie. Oh, yeah, Pappy there. Poppy. Tubes, Vulcan, Kirk. And some Star Trek action, my favorite. And bam. So maybe the problem is with the arrival. Let's go in here and look at this again. Yep. Vectors, execute. Did that make it any better? It did not. Maybe it's just this vectors thing here. Let's just get rid of that. Yep. Well, I'm not really sure what it's on about, but we'll just go direct to TLM once we get off the ground. Okay, so our Toronto center is on, I can see on my vPilot page, it's on 125775. We'll plug that into our radio and start listening into what they're talking about tonight. 1, 2. 2, 5.
All stations that are back.
Just a little bit for vPilot so I can understand what they're saying.
Toronto Center, Pascan 715, with you, flight level 210.
Pascan 715, Toronto, good ace. Reset your transponder for me, squawk 0551.
0551, Pascan 715.
So now that we're actually in controlled space, I need to go over here and make sure some stuff is set up correctly. I'll be using the same microphone I'm talking to you on to talk to them.
Pascan 715, thanks, identified, level 210, welcome.
And I'll need to get a clearance from the controller for my flight. I won't just be able to use my pre-flight clearance. First thing I want to do is do the radio check. Toronto ground, Lindbergh 4510 radio check.
Number 4510 Toronto Center. Good day, 5x5.
And so that basically is him saying at 5x5 he can easily read and understand what I'm saying, and I can easily understand him, which is the whole point of the air traffic control. I don't want to go bananas. So let me do the ATIS again. So according to the ATIS that's being broadcast right now, they have information echo, and their altimeter is 2986 still. Make sure I've got that plugged in to my plane, which I do right there, which is just hunky-dory. And I will go ahead and try and get this clearance. Let's see. I put in the notes. I put in the notes, by the way, to the controller that I haven't done a VATSIM flight in a long time. And I also put in there that I'm using Microsoft Flight Simulator, so hopefully that will give us some a little bit of flexibility, and they won't get too grumpy about anything that we're doing that's dumb. But anyway, I've got a little notepad here in front of me, so I'm going to write down everything that the guy says. Hopefully he'll just go with the flow, because I filed a flight plan. And that flight plan has all of the information that, of the route that I want to take. So we'll see. We'll see what we get. Here we go. Good evening, Toronto ground. Lindbergh 4510 with information echo at stand 246, requesting IFR clearance to Chicago O'Hare.
Number 4510 Toronto Center. Good day, cleared to Chicago O'Hare. Go pup 3 departure, hockey transition, flight plan route, depart runway 23, squawk 0563.
Roger that. Go pup 3 departure, hawk transition. Runway 23 and squawk 0563 for Lindbergh 4510.
Number 4510, thanks. All correct. Push and start at your discretion. Advise ready taxi.
Affirm.
Toronto Center, good evening. Transat 47, descending 10,000, passing 18,000.
Transat 47 Toronto. Good day. The ATIS in Toronto Pearson is information echo. Expect ILS 23. Or correction, 24 right. 24 right.
Okay.
So
we reset everything for 24 right for Transat
so
47.
and so yeah, you see that
Transat
guy right
47,
there.
what runway did you have planned? I might be able to work with that.
Yeah,
We already set for 15 right.
yeah. So that's the
Transat
that's the
47,
problem
yeah, that's no problem.
sometimes
You
with
can expect
using
that.
the air traffic control. It's you might have a plan, and then you plop down here on the ground, and they go, "Hey, that was fantastic. How about we don't do any of that, and we give you a totally different plan, and then you can figure out how to make it work." And so that's unfortunately what happened to that poor fellow right there, but that's okay. So very cool. We've got everything basically loaded up. I'm going to go up here now and get our hydraulics turned on. APU is available, and that means that that has switched itself off. I'm going to put our beacon light on. I'm going to go ahead and, well, we already did switch on the pitot heat, or I'm sorry, pro heat, same kind of thing. We'll get our left and right boost pumps ready. Go ahead and turn on our packs, air conditioning, start cooling off some of the folks, although it's Toronto, can't be that hot, right? Also, oh yeah, the landing elevation. Let's go ahead and take a look. I don't imagine that Chi-Town is too very high above sea level, but let's take a look 680 feet.
Transat 47, direct pill, need rejoin the arrival.
And let's see, it goes in 20s.
The
100,
red building, Papa
200,
India Lima November India.
Yeah, that's
300.
The red building, Transat 47. 46.
Oh, way overshot that.
Transat 47, descend 8,000.
Trying to
8,000.
get that whole number to 680. Real close now. What am I doing? There we go. Oh, wow. And perfect. Not often you get that since it's in increments of 20, but that's going to work out perfectly. Okay, back to that. Okay, so push and start approved is with the directive, which means that we're basically allowed now to start our engines and back out and prepare to taxi. I'll pull up to Delta Romeo, and then I'll report back to the ground controller. He's actually controlling the entire Toronto Center airspace, so I'll be with him throughout. And then we'll be up and away. Okay, here we go. Let's do a few more. Oh, yaw damper, it still doesn't like that. Damper 1 and 2. And of course, the oil pressure is a problem because it's not running yet. So once we get that set up, that'll be the way that it is. Performance. Turn the brightness down on this guy just a little bit. Okay, that's all set. Oh, already.
March 236, Toronto, g'day.
Don't remember setting the flaps, but apparently they're already down and ready to go. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. We got continuous ignition. Let's get our pushback buddy up here and call in a
cockpit to ground. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us on United Flights.
236, hard to read, say again.
International Purser. We'd like to welcome back our Mileage Plus members who are earning or using award miles on this flight. On today's flight, we have 3 flight attendants who can look for the language bar worn on their uniforms. At this time, we ask that you direct your attention to the following important safety presentation. Thank you.
Pascan 715, leave my airspace to the east. Montreal closed, surveillance service terminates. Change genre frequencies, g'day.
FAA regulations require
Switching
you to
on
follow
Unicron,
instructions of the crew
Pascal
members and comply
715,
with all posted and lighted signs. Please review the safety card located at your seat.
Now, that was a Star Wars briefing for United? What the heck's going on?
It's important to have your seatbelt on at all times. To fasten your seatbelt, slide the metal end into the buckle. Tighten by pulling the loose end of the
Please
strap.
cancel pushback
Lift the
operation.
buckle to release.
The pushback thing is not working
Your
right.
seatbelt must be fastened low and tight across your lap. In case of unexpected turbulence, keep your seatbelt fastened
Cockpit to
even when
ground.
the seatbelt sign is off. For United Polaris Business Class, if your seat has a shoulder strap, fasten your seatbelt. Then attach the shoulder strap by placing the metal
I
fitting
can't
over
because of
lock
the
and
chocks.
pulling on the strap until it clicks.
This can't.
The
This
shoulder
thing's a
strap
little
must be attached for taxi,
too
takeoff,
clever even for
and
me. And
to release,
put
push
that
down
back,
the metal
disconnect
thing and
that,
lift.
put that up. All our doors and things are closed,
Let's take a
and
moment to look around in order to familiarize yourself with the aircraft. If the doors are open in an emergency, slide rafts will automatically inflate. In a water landing, slide rafts detach from the aircraft and are used as life rafts. All 8 exits are marked with overhead signs. As you locate the 2 exits nearest your seat, remember, they may be behind you.
If you're seated in an exit row, you may be asked to assist the crew during an evacuation. If you are unable or uncomfortable
well,
performing
I
exit
would
functions
imagine all of
and
this Star Wars
assisting in
music is going to get
emergency, please ask the
100%
flight attendant
copyright
to
strike.
If you must
So that's fun.
evacuate the aircraft, Exit path lights on or near the floor will illuminate and guide you to the exit. Look for a change in color or an exit sign to indicate that you have reached an exit. For everyone's safety, leave all carry-on bags behind. Please refer to the safety card near your seat.
Transat
for the
47
operation
cancel
of
to
exit
start.
doors
Ascend
on this
4000 and
aircraft.
continue present heading. Vectors ILS 15 right.
If necessary,
Continue
oxygen
cruising
masks will drop from a compartment above your
4000.
seat and ceiling compartments in the lavatories.
No, clear
If the
to
strap
ILS, right.
appears, pull down on the strap
Negative,
to
it'll be
access your
vectors for the
mask.
ILS.
Firmly pull the mask
Okay,
to
transfer.
extend the tubing. Place the mask over your nose and mouth and slip the band over your head. The band does not require adjustment. To start the flow of oxygen, breathe normally. Make sure your mask is secure before helping others.
Alright, well, we're going to do something we're not supposed to do here.
You'll find a life vest equipped with a water-activated light and a pouch under, between, or next to your seat. When directed,
Go ahead and start the engines where we're at.
if present, remove the strap from around the pouch. Tear open the pouch, remove, and unfold the vest. Flip it over your head. Wrap the belt around your waist and
Because
secure
the
it to the
taxi
back
thing
leg.
is not working. I put a new version of the taxi onto
Inflate the vest just prior to
onto the
entering
sim
the
yesterday, and
aircraft
it's
by going down
obviously
sharply on the red
blotto
tab.
somehow.
You
Not
can
sure
also
what's going on
inflate
with
the
that.
vest by blowing into the tube. This aircraft is also equipped with infant life vests, which will be distributed if necessary.
Smoking and using e-cigarettes or smokeless tobacco are not allowed on this aircraft. FAA regulations prohibit tampering with, disabling, or destroying lavatory smoke detectors. U.S. law also
What is
requires
going on?
passengers to comply with lighted signs and crew member instructions.
Well,
We'll fly there soon.
Make sure you've switched all smartphones, tablets, and e-readers to airplane mode. For taxi, takeoff, and landing, large electronic devices must be turned off and stowed. For international destinations, your flight attendants will advise you if it's necessary to turn off and stow all devices.
We'll be taking off soon. Please review
Ground,
the safety
please
card
cancel
located
pushback
near your
operation.
seat. Store your tray table,
Roger,
food and
pushback
beverages,
cancel.
carry-on items, headrest, and
wow,
more.
this
Make
thing
sure your
is
seat back
completely
upright and
jacked.
The seatbelt is securely fastened. Please place
Well,
your
that's
front eye
disappointing.
under the seat in front of you. At United, we're connecting people, uniting the galaxy, and doing it safely.
That's the stuff.
And enjoy your flight.
Finally.
Do have a pleasant flight, and may the force be with you.
Oh, yes. May the force be with you. I am C-3PO Human Cyborg Relations, and this is my counterpart,
Ladies and
R2-D2.
gentlemen, we'll be dimming the cabin lights. We recommend fastening your seatbelt over any blanket or garment so we don't have to wake you if the seatbelt sign is illuminated during flight. Thanks again for flying with us. I'll be back with more details about today's flight once we're in the air. Welcome to the friendly skies.
Alright. Those briefings. That would have been a much better briefing if we had been able to actually leave the cockpit. Fuel pumps on? Yes? This thing croaked on me. Well, this is just how it goes sometimes when you're when you're doing stuff live. Oh, that new version is great. It'll be fine, he said. It's never fine. It's never fine. Never. Don't believe it. Okay, let's try this one more time. No, 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 no. What is going on? Ah, my God. There we go. This guy's probably in the tower just looking around like, what is this idiot doing?
Transat 47, turn right heading 060.
Right heading 060, Transat please.
Holy cow, look at this. Amazing. Amazing. Okay.
Transat 47, continue the right turn heading 140 to intercept, cleared ILS 15, right approach.
Continue right heading 140 and clear to ALS 15 right for Transat 47.
Oh my goodness. What just happened?
Hey, Transat 47, Transat 47, localizer 5.
Transat 47, thanks, wind 1508, clear to land 15 right.
15 right, clear land, Transat 47.
Traffic in this game is such a bummer too. Okay, here we go. Let's hold right here. Set the parking brake, for God's sakes. Man, this has been murder. Okay, let's call back and talk to this poor guy. Here we go. Toronto ground, Lindbergh 4510 at Delta Romeo, ready to taxi to runway.
Lindbergh 4510, runway 23, the Toronto altimeter at 286, taxi 8, per your description, Delta Romeo, Delta, Alpha, Hotel, hold short of 23.
Taxi to runway at my discretion. Delta Romeo, Delta Alpha Hotel, hold short at runway for Lindbergh 4510, runway 23. Could have sworn he said runway 27. Not 100% sure about that. So let's the parking brake off. Gonna have to keep this up here for just a little bit. Well, that's not right.
Toronto Center, radar check.
5x5.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's Delta right there. Must look like a drunk chimp. There's default scenery in Microsoft Flight Simulator on some of the airports.
Toronto Center, American 6560, I for clearance to Seattle with information echo.
Bears such little resemblance to
AVSEP 6 departure and use of transition then is filed the runway 230526 for the squawk.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, so we're tootling along now, and we'll be able to take our first
Cleared
right
to
onto
Seattle via the AVSEP 6
Alpha.
departure, MUSIT transition,
Just a little bit
take off
more.
runway 23, squawk 0526.
American 6560, that is all correct. Push and start at your discretion. Advise ready taxi. The ATIS is information echo.
Push and start at my discretion.
Okay, and we need to take this next right onto Alpha.
Transat 47, welcome to Toronto. Left when able, taxi Foxtrot Delta, cross 33 right, and then left on Bravo, and the apron is your discretion.
Say again, please, for Transat 47.
Transat 47, no problem. Taxi Foxtrot 3, Foxtrot
This
Delta,
controller is
cross
great.
33 right,
He's doing a
Bravo,
fantastic
and the
job.
apron is your discretion.
So many people get on here, and it's just befuddling to have somebody just like blasting you with words. And if you don't have something to write with or some preparedness, you're really going to get overwhelmed pretty quickly.
Frequency, all stations Toronto Center closing momentarily. We're just switching computers, so we'll be back in a few minutes if you're willing to wait. Otherwise, continue at your discretion for now.
Toronto Center, Jazz 7685, radio check.
5x5.
Great, Jazz 7685, requesting Wi-Fi clearance to Boston.
7685, just switching computers, so back in 1 minute. Let me get your clearance here just 1 second. Jazz 7685, clear to Boston, Capta 2 departure.
So
Delta
the
transition, flight plan
path
route,
that the
departure
controller gave us
squawk
is Alpha
0513.
down to Hotel and hold short. Again, I thought he said 27, but I don't think he did.
Clear to Boston, Capta
Keep
2
that there.
transition, expect runway 23, squawk 0513 for Jazz 7685.
7685.
You hear a lot of
back
people
to
on
runway
the
26
controls
discretion,
sometimes
and,
that sound
I'll be
like
offline in a moment, but, back in a second
really
for
young
the taxi.
kids. So this is really cool too. Live traffic. At least one other person right there. That plane is a real other human playing a flight simulation. Well, this is a long taxi. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Oh, go away, please. Oh my god, go away. I'm going to assume that this is alpha now. Since it didn't really have that labeled very well. Yep. Ooh, I also need to set the transponder. Forgot about that. Which is right here. 0, 5. Six, 3.
Radio check.
He's offline, he's gonna be back on in about 3 minutes.
There we go. Toronto Center, Air Canada 906 requesting clearance to Orlando.
Center's AFK, just stand by.
Toronto Center, good evening. Emirates 90934 and cargo apron with information echo. Request clearance to Chicago O'Hare.
The guy on center will be back in 5 minutes.
Okay.
So technically, it looks like I'm on the wrong taxiway. Well, actually, it's really hard to tell. No. I think we're good. Go down to Alpha Delta and right onto Hotel. I have pedals as well to help control this stuff. I don't know if I said that earlier or not, but it's an awful lot to work with. Let's see, performance, takeoff trim 17.7.7. That's set. Okay, this is Hotel. Why do I keep closing this? here's where we're going to hold. Okay. Parking brake set. Landing lights on. Strobe on. Lights on too, why not? Just light the whole bird up. Oh, well, no, that's right. We'll go all the way around here. Toronto traffic, Lindbergh 4510, lining up on runway 23 for departure. Straight out. So since the controller is not actively on station, and I can reasonably see in front of me that there's nobody on approach, I'm just going to go ahead and proceed as though I were on Unicom, which would be for me to head onto the runway. Which, as the controller advised, at our own discretion, we can engage in this activity. Okay. Parking brake set again. We are runway heading. Takeoff mode engaged.
Question current stand Orlando, please.
Toga. Forward pressure.
Clear to Orlando, Venice, departure, runway 23, 0526, Squawk Air Canada, 906.
V1 and rotate. Whoa. Positive rate, gears up. Let's go ahead and set speed mode. Man, that climb, it just really wants to go up, doesn't it? And we're going to fly autopilot heading while I come down here and go to my direct to them exec. Increase to 250 knots. We'll clean up our flaps and nav mode. Okay, here we go. Exciting. little too much. A little too much zhuzh now. Gotta back off the juice a little. Toronto traffic, Lindbergh 4510 at 5,000. I'll say again for Lindbergh 4510, very low.
4510, flying for level 320.
Flight level 320 for Lindbergh 4510. Thanks for the ATC. Okay, so we've been cleared to our, what am I doing here? Our cruise altitude, and that is exactly where we are going to go. And speed mode. In fact, we're over speeding as it is. Keep it below 250 here, or at 250, below 10,000 feet. Then once we get to 10,000 feet, we will be able to raise it up to 290 knots for our climb out.
Toronto Center, good evening. Emirates 99934 at Cargo Apron with information echo request clearance to Chicago O'Hare.
Emirates 99934, Toronto, good day, cleared to Chicago O'Hare. The Go Pup 3 departure, hockey transition, flight plan route, depart runway 23, squawk 0577.
Departure runway 23, squawk 0577, Emirates 99934. And we are unable for Go 3. Request radar vectors please to hockey.
Emirates 99934, okay, roger that. Amendment to your departure, then it'll be the Toronto 3 departure, so radar vectors.
Expecting radar vectors, Emirates 9934, and initial climb please.
Initial climb 7,000.
7,000, Emirates 9934, thank you.
Emirates 99934, thanks. Reback red, push starting with discretion advised, ready to.
Push start on discretion, advise ready for taxi, Emirates 9934.
Forgot to put the thrust levers back into climb mode so they could get the appropriate thrust. Now it's going to get going. Toronto Center, Lindbergh 4510. I forgot to do that ident, but I've hit it for you now.
4510, no problem, thanks.
Alright. This is fun. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling good. Let's take a look outside for a little bit now that we can safely rely on some of these systems to do what they're supposed to do.
Ladies and gentlemen, Captain has turned off the seatbelt sign. For your safety, we do recommend that you keep them on as we can get unexpected turbulence. Thank you.
Okay, 10,000. Let's go to 290, which is the optimal climb speed
Ladies
for
and
the
gentlemen,
CRJ.
thank you for flying with us. A special thank you and welcome back to our global service customers, million milers, 100K and Premier execs on board. We do appreciate your business. They and Mileage Plus members will receive valuable miles for today's flight. To become a member, you can enroll online at united.com. The captain has asked the flight attendants to remain seated for just a few more moments. Even though you see us getting up to do our duties, we ask that you remain seated with your seatbelt fastened. When Captain Karski turns off the sign, that will be indication it is safe to move about the
My
cabin.
name is not Captain Karski.
If you're traveling with a small child or infant and the seatbelt sign goes on, they either have to be in their own seat with their seatbelt fastened or held securely on your lap. Please take care when opening overhead compartments, as contents may have shifted during our takeoff. And when seated, always keep your seatbelt fastened. You may now use all approved personal electronic devices. As soon as it is safe for the flight attendants to be up, in all cabins we'll be offering you a beverage service followed by a hot lunch. Our beverage selection is listed in the Hemispheres magazine. In United Economy cabin, beer and wine are complimentary, but there is a charge for other types of alcohol. The only accepted form of payment is a credit card. We accept most major debit and credit cards, as well as the Mileage Plus Explorer Visa card.
Baby. Oh,
Midway through
baby.
our flight, we'll be offering you a light snack, and approximately 1.5 hours before landing in Tucson, we'll be offering you another hot meal service.
No. There won't be
On
any
this
meal
flight, we have
services.
an exciting offer to apply for our mileage.
Okay, you're done. You don't know what you're talking about. A flight attendant is smoking crack. Look at this, guys. Holy baloney. Oh my god. So amazing. Love this game. Love it, love it, love it. Probably not fair to keep calling it a game. I do that all the time. It's not a game. It is a simulation.
Air Canada 906 taxi. Alpha Lima 23, and you're really low on our end. We have you all the way up.
You understand why I'll look at that.
I'm glad somebody else said that. I thought it was maybe something about my setup that it wasn't right, but yeah, his volume was super duper low. Okay, so we're well on our way, still continuing our climb, and at least I think we're continuing our climb. Yep. Pop back in the cockpit and just double check that. Climb detent. Oh yeah. Let's set the barrows back to standard. 29.902. Still holding 290 knots and just trying our dangdest to get another 10,000 feet up in the air so that we can get above these clouds. Okay. We are on our way to my kind of town. Chicago is. Yes, sir. Okay. Yep. So if you're just joining us, you picked a great time because you're going to get an amazing breakout on the top of these clouds. Like I've been saying, if you're just tuning in, please feel free to say hi. I I'm always keen to hear what people think, and really I want to know about the quality of this presentation is passable. Done some tweaks, trying to make it a little bit better. We're doing a flight out of Toronto. We have left Toronto far behind and under the clouds, and we're on our way to Chicago in the CRJ 700 in a GoJet flight, which is the United Regional Carrier. My goodness. Goodness gracious me. That is amazing. So good. So good. So we make it a little twilight approach into Chicago. Another 42 minutes to go. And I think we're getting pretty close to our cruise altitude, so I've got to keep an eye on that. Yep, another 5,000 feet to go on cruise. And that can be determined here. Obviously, we know our cruise altitude is 32,000 feet because that's what we've got programmed into the FMS. We're holding our climb speed of 290 knots. And this little arc right here is affectionately known as the banana, which shows the predicted point along our route where we will reach our desired programmed altitude. Once that happens, the auto-throttling, what's called FADEC, I'm not 100% sure what the acronym stands for, but it's a automatic throttle control for climbing and descending, but it doesn't work in cruise. And this plane, unlike most auto throttle, so it will not hold a speed. It's up to the pilot to manipulate the throttle quadrant into, some random position where it will settle down.
Air Canada 906, how's the audio now?
Much better for a 906.
Roger.
So, let me see if I can bring this over and show you guys this toolkit. It's the Sim Toolkit Pro. It's a tool that I use to help manage my flights. Amazing.
And 906 ready to go 23.
Free piece of software.
906, call airborne winds
Now that he's got that volume, I'm
1505, clear takeoff 23.
turn him down just a little bit more.
Clear takeoff 23, call airborne 906.
Which shows our flight path.
Emirates 9934, request taxi.
This was the planned path,
934, runway 23,
which is no longer indicative of the
taxi,
route that we were given.
Echo,
The
Bravo,
green line is
Echo,
the path that
then
we
it'll be
flew.
right on hotel, cross 15 left, hold short of 23.
And there we are, almost arriving at GoPup.
Taxi via Echo,
These
Bravo,
weird geometric
right
shapes
on
are
hotel, 5 left, hold short runway 23. Emirates 9934,
the air zones of control. So everything you see here that is CZYZ, CZYZ is a humongous geographic area. And that is called Toronto Center. And the guy that we've been talking to all night is in charge of all of the simulated flight traffic in this.
4510, contact Cleveland Center, 1349er, good day.
1349er for Cleveland Center for Lindbergh 4510. I'm tongue-tied. Thanks for your help. Good night.
See you later.
And so he just passed us over to a new controller, Cleveland Center, at 134.9. And as we made that turn, let me bring this back over here, and we'll go down to our throttle quadrant.
WestJet 6560,
Not throttle quadrant, but our radio page, and we will plug that in.
The altimeter actually stand by. I'll plug back in a moment.
134 point.
Aircraft calling, what was the call sign?
134.9, and this should be Cleveland Center. So, our job now is to let the Cleveland Center controller know that there is a new person in their
Welcome
space.
back. You want to pick up IFR, correct?
That's correct, and if possible, I'd like to get it up a little bit higher too.
Alright, what altitude do you have in mind?
So you wait,
5,000
sit and
would be
wait
fine.
for the channel to be clear, and then you go ahead and jump in there.
Walker 952, you're clear to Cleveland if you have present position, direct Cleveland. Climb maintain 5,000 and keep your squawk code.
Direct Cleveland up to 5,000. I'll keep the squawk code I got for Walker 950.
Cleveland Center, Lindbergh 4510, flight level 320.
Number 4510, Cleveland Center, good evening.
Good evening. So, yeah, this is really sort of it's a hobby of passion. I absolutely adore these clouds that we're coasting over right now. But again, bringing back the weather radar, you can see, I don't know exactly how accurate this, or current this image is.
Walker 952, can I actually maintain 4,000 for now?
And yeah, so obviously these
All right,
clouds
4,000
perfectly line up with what's going on in the real world as we head down towards Tagum. So technically, the boundary line between Toronto Center and Cleveland Center is not for another little while yet, but we got passed over early, and that's okay. That's what they decide to do sometimes, depending upon their traffic load. And I need to clear this discontinuity out, or we're going to go flying. Even right there. Execute. Yikes. I hope that works out okay. So, something I forgot to set up earlier. VNav. Let's go look for more discons so that it does what it's supposed to do correctly. Okay, I think we're good. Let's pull the range out and see if our top of descent has been calculated yet. Oof. That's hard to see. Let's turn off airports.
Cleveland Center, Endeavor 2842 is through 3,600 for 7,000.
Endeavor 2842, Cleveland Center, good evening. And Endeavor 2842, order contact, climb maintain call 280.
Climb flight level 280, Endeavor 2842. Do I disregard SID restrictions at that point?
Yes.
Roger, Endeavor 2842, thanks.
So the flight computer, will calculate the top of descent, but I'm worried that the flight plan is screwed up somehow, and it's not going to be able to do that.
Excuse me. I have a question. Can I take runway 05 Buffalo instead of 23?
Sure. So
Roger.
we'll keep our eyes on that. In the meantime, let's take a look at the chart ourselves. So we've long since
And there's an aircraft checking in.
gone out of that. We're now currently flying over Lake Huron.
With you for level 310, center.
Tango, Cleveland Center, good evening.
Probably will be getting switched over to Chicago Center for too awfully long.
27,500 for 230.
So it's 6089 Cleveland Center. Sorry, say again.
Wow.
Yeah, we're
Chicago is
now going through
fully
26,000
loaded. Chicago must have an event going on tonight because they are
Cleveland
fully
Center,
staffed.
good evening. So 6089 descend via the Browns 4 arrival Cleveland landing south of Cleveland altimeter 2985.
Then via the Browns for arrival and landing south of the 689.
And number 40 Mike, you plan the ILS for ILS Zulu running 22 right to the Metro altimeter 2983.
Well, we copy 2983. We'll plan for the ILS Zulu 22 right, 334 Sierra Mike.
Good evening, Cleveland Center. This is the Lufthansa 337 requesting IFR transfer plan on live information.
So when you hear people like that on the radio that's got a really low, everybody has the ability to control their microphone input level. If people don't take the time to do that, then it sounds really low and is really hard. And there's a, oh, I just realized I didn't turn off my APU. That's a terrible
Yeah, I got you. You're
fuel
Atlanta via the radio entry
waste.
Jamestown.
Let's stop
Next
that
valve on
and
departure, maintain
turn it off.
10,000. Control 350, 10 minutes after departure. Departure is with me, squawk 5763.
Anyway, there's an option when you're doing these control. If you notice, their voices are relatively clear, but the problem is, you know, if you ever heard real air traffic control, it's very, it sounds all scratchy because they're using frequencies that don't have a lot of depth to them, and the time to transmissions are well, they're not the best, and so you can simulate that in this game too. I hate it. I want to be able to hear what they're saying because their voices are so varied, and there's no consistency to how it's set up. So, you know, my God, if it's not crystal clear what's going on, then you could really be
Yeah, you can expect that.
in a mess.
The static, though.
All right, we're over Michigan now. Headed towards Flint, Michigan, which will be the entry point into our arrival into Chicago. It won't be long, probably, before we get handed over.
Yeah, 1574 contact Chicago 120.35.
2035, 1574.
And Center for Information, Cirrus 340 Mike has information, Oscar.
Yep.
So there's 3 different Chicago centers on. 12035 is just one of the possible ones that we could be sent to.
Your first year Mike tracks will be at 12 o'clock and 8 miles at DC 6. Altitude indicates 4,500 for inside.
All right, no joy. We'll look for the traffic. 340 Mike.
Once we get to Flint, though, on our map, that will be the midpoint of Cleveland Center airspace.
19, radar contact turn 20 degrees left.
As we cruise through, really, unless there's some sort of avoidance that needs to happen, there's not really going to be any contact between me and
Cirrus
Center.
340 Mike traffic in sight.
But you have to keep your ears open just in case.
19 traffic going to be at 12 o'clock. Cirrus SR 22 and altitude indicates 5,000 for inside. Alright, once you roll all the terms, should be no crack.
Cleveland Center, Air Force 2, flight level 360.
Air Force 2, Cleveland Center, duty.
Yeah, 34.5.
Yep.
Cleveland Center Endeavor 2842, request cancel departure speed restriction.
Alright, Air 2842, you can cancel the speed restriction. Your 40, Mike, turn left, 040, vectors the ILS 22 right.
Left to 040, vectors ILS 22 right, 340 back.
Delta 321, connect Chicago Center, 123.3.
123.3, Delta 3.
Sorry about that, it's 133.3.
33.3, Delta. Oh, I see.
Yeah, so there's yet another center.
Walker 952, kind of clear approach 124.0.
Hope to approach for Walker 952. Appreciate your ATC today, and sorry about those issues, man.
No problem. Walker 953, kind of Cleveland approach 120.4. Or sorry, 124.0.
Walker approach 120.4, Walker 953.
Sorry, 124.0.
Cleveland Center, hello, United 2168, 1,900 for 1,4000.
Yeah, 2168, Cleveland Center, coming to FL 380, radar contact.
Confirm it's 380, I think we felt 280, United 2168.
Yeah, that's my bad, sorry, 280.
I mean,
Look at the 610, bro. I'm gonna step away from the cockpit real quick. I gotta use the bathroom. Is that fine with you?
No problem.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll just contact back when I'm back. Bye bye.
Cleveland Center, JetBlue 441, 30.
This is Spirit Wing 2246, Cleveland Center.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's calculating our top of the
Hello,
set.
people talking. Clipper 819 for Harwell.
Dang, we just, this is Spirit Wing 2246, we're gonna get disconnect, we're just gonna reconnect. What the hell?
Okay, Clipper 819 to Harwell, commentate 14000.
Direct Harwell, 14000.
Yeah, these track miles here are totally wrong. So it's definitely got some craziness going on in this flight plan.
Cleveland Center, JetBlue 441, flight level 380.
American, was that American 412 checking down from Detroit? American 412, recycle your transponder, actually described, climbing, ready contact, climbing, follow 280.
Ooh, too far.
Cleveland Center, this is Spirit Wing 2246, with you at 28,000 feet.
I don't see any
Air
indication of
Canada,
other
850,
traffic.
kind of Toronto Center, 125.77.
There we go.
Cleveland Center, this is
Not you. Air
Spirit
Canada,
Wing
858, kind of
4607.
Toronto Center, 125.77.
Thanks.
Spirit Wing 2246, return check.
83555, that call was not for you. Air Canada, 858, connect Toronto Center, 125.77.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, 1933 Lima Airspace to the east.
It's
York
amazing,
South
amazing,
Line,
amazing,
Discovery,
amazing
appreciate approved.
to me how many kids are involved.
Thank you for your services. Good night.
Who are involved in what we're doing here with flight simulation, and it's just crazy.
This is Spirit Wing 2246, just requesting to make a time lapse of time 16.
So much cross chatter, it's really bad.
November 4-0, Mike, turn right heading 110.
Right to 110, 3340, Mike.
Alright, that Spirit Wing is calling. What was your call, sir?
Spirit Wing 2246.
That was 2246 already.
Just get disconnected like the 2 minutes ago, so I think there's some problem with the pipeline.
Okay, I see you now. We'll walk up. Endeavor 2842, connect Chicago Center 133.3.
33.3 for Endeavor 2842. Good night.
Guys, just talk one by one.
Delta 877, Cleveland Center, coming in 1 to 2000, radar contact. Delta, or Lieutenant 1337, what was your question, sir?
What is my swap code, sir?
Squawk is 5763.
'Kay, let's quickly review, since we're in the middle of this guy's airspace right now, where we need to go. We're now technically on the wind to arrival for Chicago.
Center Cirrus Force here, Michael. We cleared for the approach or negative.
And wow, I don't see...
Cirrus Force here, Mike. You're 2 miles from engine, turn right, hang 2000. You're the Zulu,
there's like
2 right.
no
Clear for the ILS,
restrictions on this.
Zulu 22 right, and we are established now. 3-4 Sierra Mike, thank you.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, hopefully by the time we get into by the time we get to Emma or Latour, we should be getting passed over to control to get into Chicago, and
24-0 for Southwest 669.
they'll give us the appropriate descent vectors.
American 521, cross Emma, and maintain call 320. And there's a JetBlue check, correct? JetBlue 441. Alright, is there anyone that has a penny on class? Alright, 1544 is classified. Force here, Mike, kind of, Metro Tower 128 for 12.
Our contact Tower 128.12. Thank you for the excellent service tonight, sir. 334 Sierra Mike. Good night.
Everybody's so polite. I love that about this too. Go ahead and punch up the Chicago ATC. ATC information is Oscar.
And JetBlue 1105,
Altimeter is 2985. And let's see. We were expecting what was our plan? Let's take a look again here.
505.
We're expecting 28 right, but arrivals 27 center and 27 center and 27 right. So we'll need to reconfigure that.
JetBlue 1105, thank you. Number 1 kilo, think I returns 5 to copy.
We're going to copy for 1 kilo tango.
In fact, I'll just go ahead and preliminarily change since that's been working so well for us here. Arrivals.
Tango, you're clear to Chicago. Okay.
Two,
There you go.
seven,
Chicago,
right.
your radar vector Briggs, that is found. And departure
Wind,
18, 4000.
Soldier.
240, 10 minutes after departure. Departure with me, squawk 5704.
Cleveland Center, Jazz 7685, flight level 330.
Okay. Well, what are we doing here?
Okay. Cleared via Briggs, NAS filed, climb and maintain 4,000, squawk 570.
No. Let's go to...
Readback is correct. Call for taxi, expect 28 right for departure. Yeah, 7685, Cleveland Center, welcome. JetBlue 1105, recycle transponder, squawk 5762.
So, it still has a few little problems in it. Let's get the, yeah, it was trying to get me to...
Brain 19, just confirm your cruise altitude is 14,000, correct? Yep. Lindbergh 4510, contact Chicago Center 133.3, we'll see you.
133.3 for Lindbergh 4510, thanks for your help. So, there you go, 133.3. And we will put that in right down here. 133 point. Let's faster go this way, I think. Gotta go around the horn. Whoa.
American 521, contact Chicago Center 133.3.
And clicking the button. Chicago Center, Lindbergh 4510, flight level 320 on the wind to arrival.
Lindbergh 4510, Chicago Center, gate 80.
Good evening.
Lindbergh 521, Chicago Center, gate 80. American 5613, fly heading up to 60. Driver 1547 Chicago.
These guys are talking really soft. I'm going to turn them up a little bit.
15 miles to the south of the Vietnam VOR. I just wanted to check in, see which frequency we should be with. Indiana has us on a squawk code, but never gave us our IFR clearance that we were looking for.
Contact Chicago 127.77.
2777, thanks, 57.
Okay, we'll keep that chart at the handy there. Looks like we're going to be coming down through the soup again into Chicago. Okay. This has been a great flight so far. It's been really nice getting back into VATSIM. Nice fluffy clouds.
Airport 12, Chicago Center, gate 8.
Okay.
Chicago Center,
Airport 12, Chicago.
we have Oscar right over here, but which runway do you think we can expect specifically?
Airport 12, not sure. Here's landing west. So
And Chicago Center, hello, Diamond Golf,
Oh my
India
God.
Mike Whiskey at Milwaukee, IFR to Chicago Midway.
Liver 4510, this is crossfire at 900,000, O'Hare altimeter 2985.
Say the intersection again for Lindbergh 4510.
Fire, Foxtrot, India, Yankee, Echo, Romeo.
Okay, found it. Fire. I'm sorry, and the altitude again.
Fire 900,000.
Right, fire 900,000, Lindbergh 4510.
American 521, descend across fire
Okay,
900,000,
so
O'Hare altimeter 2985.
let's go down here and let's try something really clever. If I say
900,000. American
that
412, turn right
and
300,
execute,
vector sequencing O'Hare.
Right heading 3.
we have now received a top of descent
Chicago, hello, Charlie Golf, India Mike Whiskey. You were a Diamond Single Star.
marked on
Milwaukee,
our
IFR to Midway.
turn this guy
Delta
down.
321, contact Chicago for 25.7.
Okay, we got a top of descent coming up. That's amazing. By him setting this restriction,
Delta 321, the first now
we now have a
Was that for Delta 321?
flight plan path down through the arrival. There's nothing marked on the screen here, but by setting this restriction at fire at 9,000 feet, the flight computer has calculated the path that will take us to that. Now I'm going to cheat a little bit, and this plane doesn't really have that capability, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set the altitude down to 9,000.
Squawk 1366 departure with you, Golf, India Mike Whiskey.
Direct was here, react correct, and advisory for taxi, expect.
And then I'm going to turn on
Any
VNAV.
chance we could get off the 2.5s today?
Direct was here, expect runway 25.
Now I could, if I was a real hardcore guy, I could go ahead and try and use vertical speed because it will give me a
American 5613, descend across fire and 900,000.
it will give me a what's called the snowflake to follow that top of descent. But we're just 6 miles from the top of descent right now, so I'm going to go ahead and hit VNAV. And when we reach the top of that marker, it's going to start down. And in fact, it's going right now. So here's the thing. Need to bring the throttles back just a little bit to help manage the speed.
And Golf, India Mike Whiskey signature, we have the weather ready to taxi 25 right.
Direct was here, runway 25 right, taxi via Foxtrot, cross runway 19 right, advisory for departure.
Okay, Foxtrot cross 19 right, advise ready, holding short. 25 right, Golf, India Mike Whiskey.
American 5613, contact Chicago approach 125.7.
157, 5613.
Okay. We're on our way down. And still have to kind of tweak the throttles a little bit and manage those.
American 412, descend to maintain flight level 240.
So this is the snowflake right here. We'll zoom in on that. The little asterisk right there in the middle of this bar at the horizon means that we are following the glide path, losing 1,700 feet per minute, and that's exactly the prescribed amount. if I were to try and do this manually, I could use the vertical speed mode and set the dial to line up with the prescription. But I'm lazy and I just want to try and focus on VATSIM stuff for a little bit. And we're descending really kind of too slow. 291 descent, that doesn't make a lot of sense. So add a little bit more thrust, and we're on our way down. We'll give the people a little bit longer without a seatbelt before we hit them up.
And Charlie Golf and Mike Whiskey, we're holding short 25 right, ready for departure.
Mike Whiskey after departure, fly the runway heading, runway 25 right, clear for takeoff, the wind's 3108.
Okay, clear for takeoff 25 right, and we're runway heading, Golf and Mike Whiskey.
Chicago Center, United 4752 with you.
Okay, we're doing great.
American 4752, Chicago Center, good evening.
These winds are kicking us a little bit. 72 knots right in our face. Kind of buffeting us. I guess I'm going to go ahead and put the seatbelt signs on. That's a little too much for these fine people.
American 521, fly heading of 270.
Chicago Center, good evening, Delta 877, 12 Southern Jersey.
Late 87, Chicago Center, good evening.
Okay. I love these clouds.
Chicago Center, SkyWest 5880 out of 9.7 for 15,000. By maintaining 230, SkyWest 5880.
And Chicago Center, Charlie Golf and Mike Whiskey, we're runway heading 1.4 climbing 5,000.
Mike Whiskey, squawk 1 normal.
Sorry about that, squawk mode normal, Golf and Mike Whiskey.
Break 5 to line, proceed direct to fire.
Ooh, we're getting a little fast on our descent now.
4 top to running 350 to 17, 16, 16 down.
Right, heading 350, down 16, 16.
Rail tilde 295.
295.
Okay, 47, 52, same line.
Chicago Center, your volume is a little low.
0.80 United 4752.
And 47, 52, reduce speed, Mach 0.74.
0.74 United 4752.
Okay.
Endeavor 2842, contact approach 125.7.
Approach on 25-7, Endeavor 2842. Thanks for the coverage.
Chicago Center, Wisconsin 5704, 7.2 for 1,000.
Okay, so we're going to get handed off. We're going to get handed off to approach pretty soon. And they'll handle the rest of us of our way down once we get within 50 miles of the airport.
Chicago United 1191.
Chicago Center, United 24, crossing MR, and available for
United 24, Chicago Center, good evening.
Just amazing.
Good evening, Delta 942, passing level 22, climbing flight 1260, direct Kate.
Delta 942, Chicago, climb 18, flight 1260.
Compensate level 260, Delta 942.
Spirit Winds 329, passing flight level 150, for flight level 280.
Spirit Winds 329, Chicago Center, good evening.
Chicago United 1191.
1191, go ahead.
Just checking if you want us to stay with you or go to Unicom.
1191, where do you come 122.8?
228, 1191, thanks a lot, take care.
Unit 124 on Unicom 122.8, good night.
Alright, 122.8, good night, 2024.
Chicago Center, Golf Indy Mike Whiskey request.
Like Whiskey Radar contact, climb 18, 5,000.
5,000, and we're on runway heading. Any chance we can get direct layered from here?
Go direct layered.
They're direct layered, Golf Indy Mike Whiskey.
American 412, turn left heading 250, direct fire.
Left heading 250, direct fire, my
Passing.
4752, proceed direct to fire, cross fire 900,000, the air altimeter 2985.
Proceed to fire at 9,000, altimeter 29585, United 4752.
Damn. A little too slow there. A little bit more thrust. Okay, so coming down to the top of the clouds pretty soon. And we'll probably start getting vectors.
Delta 837, are you able to do your VSG at the 270?
Can you repeat the message? Delta 877.
Yeah, 4752, looks like you're flying off course. Flying 270, then proceed direct fire.
Spirit Winds 329, can I step away for about 3 minutes? Just grabbing water.
United 4752, proceed direct to fire, flighting 270.
270, United 4752, and fire does not seem to be in my database.
Frequency trying that's approved, advise back. United 4752 is going to be Foxtrot in Yankee Echo Romeo. Number 4510, contact approach 125.7.
25.7 for Lindbergh 4510. Thanks for your help. Bye. Okay, so we just passed this over to approach. And that is 125.
Can you say that again, United 4752?
I sent it via text.
4510. And switch.
American Ports, all this technical.
Chicago approach. Lindbergh 4510 at 13,000, descending for 9. I've entered the wrong frequency. 125.7.
No, it's 5704 for Bucky.
Let's make it snappy. No.
Yeah, to 4752, turn left heading 260.
And
apologies, it was fucking.
try that again. Chicago approach, Lindbergh 4510 at 12,000, descending to 9.
4510 Chicago approach, welcome information. Oscar's turn at O'Hare, let me know when you have that. Expect the ILS approach runway 27 right.
Information Oscar, expect runway 27 right, Lindbergh 4510. Which is what we've already configured for, which is a fantastic thing. Let's get that fixed on our charts, by the way. 27 right. Folder. Done. Show overlay. Pen. And this one we no longer need. Unpin. Goodbye. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Okay.
And with the sound of those double chimes, our flight's be coming to an end. Please prepare for landing. Make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened about you. Your tray table and seat back are in the upright and locked position. All video screens, head and footrests need to be stowed at this time. For those of you in Polaris First and Polaris Business, please press and hold your green airplane button on your control panel to bring your seat to its proper landing position.
Was that for Lindbergh 4510?
That was for everybody. O'Hare, this information off for an altimeter
2987. So that should be November now. And we'll make that adjustment. And we need to get our speed down to 250 knots. 2987. 7. Rad nav. Check this. And this. And this.
Number 4510, turn left heading 180, vectors approach, descend and maintain 7,000.
Say again for Lindbergh 4510.
Number 4510, turn left heading 180, descend and maintain 7,000, vectors approach.
Turn left heading 180, descend 7,000, vectors for approach, Lindbergh 4510. Okay, so.
Number 4510, contact approach 124.35.
Uh, 2435 for Lindbergh 4510. Wow, so that's a lot of stuff happening all at once. We're going to click this, heading mode.
Chicago approach, welcome information, compass, turn at O'Hare, let me know when you have that. Expect the ILS approach runway 27 right.
And we're going to go down to 7,000. And we're going to click... No. I'm going to speed. Click speed. No. V speed. That's what I'm trying to freaking do. And we're going to descend.
American 412 Chicago approach, welcome. Stay assigned altitude information. Compass, current limit when you have that. Expect the ILS runway 27 right.
Where is my V speed set? V speed. Oh my god, I'm about to freaking stall. I don't see where it's, we go. Wow. Okay, and over to 24.35. Oh my goodness. Come on, come on, come on. This is the high stress part of it right here.
Cross area 4,000 and maintain 210 knots. ILS 27 right approach.
Endeavor 2842, contact O'Hare Tower 128.15.
2815 for tower, Endeavor 2842, thanks.
Chicago approach, Lindbergh 4510, heading 180, descending for 7,000.
Bloomberg 4510, Chicago approach reaching 7,000, reduce speed to 210, then descend and maintain 4,000.
Reduce speed 210, descend for maintain 4,000. Okay, so we descend a little bit more. This is the high stakes part of the thing here, man.
Endeavor 4510, turn 10 degrees to the right.
10 degrees right, Lindbergh 4510.
American 5613, maintain 180 knots until Sibley, contact O'Hare Tower 128.15.
Maintain 180 knots until Sibley, going to 128.15.
Okay, now we're going to go down to 4,000 feet. Okay, bring this range in just a little bit. This is tense, boys. I'm not kidding you. So go ahead and set our approach speeds. And let's set this speed to 210. Okay.
American 521, Chicago approach, roger, runway 27 right.
And now I need to...
American 521, descend to maintain 4,000.
111.75. Okay, good, it's tuned. Wow. Nervous. Nervous. Okay, so you can see what's happening here. He's bringing us directly in, and then we're gonna...
Lindbergh 4510, turn right heading 240, join the 27 right localizer.
Turn right 240, join the localizer, Lindbergh 4510. 240. And just go ahead and hit approach. Put the slats out, apply some more thrust. Man, we're in the soup, kids.
American 521, fly heading 200. Bloomberg 4510, you're a mile from Well Ev. Maintain 4,000 until established localizer, code LS 27 right approach.
Maintain 4,000 until on localizer, Lindbergh 4510.
Lindbergh 4510, verify cleared LS 27 right approach.
27 right, 4510, thank you.
American 412, Chicago approach, fly heading 170. Bloomberg 4510, maintain 210 knots.
210 knots, Lindbergh 4510. And And I'm going to go ahead and get a recording started for this, whatever it is, so that we can watch it later. Okay. Should be basically in approach mode. We're waiting to capture the glide slope. I see the airport dead ahead. Gonna go ahead and configure laps 8 and apply a little bit more thrust. So stressful. But this is exactly what instrument flying is for, because I can't see doodly dum doo-doo. And glide slope.
American 412, reduce speed to 210, then descend to maintain 4,000.
210 knots and then down to 4,000 knots.
American 521, turn right heading 240, join the 27 right localizer.
Okay, we're just about 10 miles out.
Chicago Tower, November 710 Kilo Zulu, ILS 27 right.
710 Kilo Zulu, O'Hare, Christian, Chicago approach, runway 27 right.
Chicago approach, United 4752.
Yeah, 4752, Chicago approach, runway 27 right.
27 right, United 4752.
134 knots once we get down there.
Now, 0 Kilo Zulu, say airspeed.
245 knots.
There is 0 Kilo Zulu, roger. American 521, you're a mile from Harry, cleared ILS 27 right approach, maintain 210 knots. American 412, fly heading 180.
Heading 180.
And 4752, fly heading 200.
200, United 4752.
American 412, are you at 210 knots?
You're at 210 knots.
Roger. United 4752, reduce speed to 210, then descend to maintain 4,000.
Gears down.
210 descend. Descend maintain 4,000, United 4752.
There are 0 Kilo Zulu, reduce speed to 210, then descend to maintain 4,000.
Reduce speed to 210, then descend to maintain 4,000, 0 Kilo Zulu.
American 412, fly heading 240, join the 27 right localizer.
Heading 240, you're on the 27 right localizer.
American 521, maintain 180 knots or greater until Sibley, contact O'Hare Tower 128.15.
Chicago approach, Lindbergh 4510. What's my tower frequency?
128.15, sorry.
Thank you, 128.15, Lindbergh 4510.
American 412, let's do this, heading 300 to join the localizer.
128.
No, 0 Kilo Zulu, turn right heading 180.
5.
Right turn 180, 0 Kilo Zulu.
Chicago Tower, Lindbergh 4510 on final, runway 27 right.
Lindbergh 4510 O'Hare, I've been looking for you. Runway 27 right, clear to land.
Sorry about that, clear to land, runway 27 right.
All good. Was it a late handoff from approach?
Probably a little bit of confusion and a little late. It's no problem.
Gotcha. Okay. Hey, do you want me on ground? This is 624. United 624, yep, ground point 9 now.
Okay, I gotta take over here. We're really all over the place.
American 521 O'Hare, runway 27 right, little end, number 2, traffic over the numbers.
Oh my god, what is happening? Okay, we're not gonna...
American 5613 O'Hare, where are you parking today?
We'll be heading over to the gates, in large gate.
Lindbergh 4510 going around.
Lindbergh 4510, runway heading, climb maintain 5000.
Climb maintain 5000, runway heading, Lindbergh 4510. Okay, so we boogered that up pretty good.
O'Hare Tower, report 12 heavy to 2nd center.
Island upon 1-2 heavy, contact tower on 126.9er.
The 126.9 now, report 12 heavy.
Lindbergh 4510, right turn heading 360 and departure 25.0. I'll see you in a bit.
Right turn 250. I'm sorry, repeat that.
Lindbergh 4510, not a problem. Right turn heading 360. Right turn to go north and departure on 125.0.
Right, 360, departure 125.0. See you soon, bye.
American 412 O'Hare, good evening. Continue. Break. American 5613 O'Hare.
5613, go ahead.
American 5613, if I didn't tell you this, that's my fault. Did I tell you to hold short runway 27 center?
360.
Yeah, you definitely did.
Okay. I wanted to make sure that wasn't my screw up. Let's see, you're all the way down there. Hold present position, I'm going to coordinate with ground.
Sorry about that, 15613.
No worries.
Oh my god, what am I doing? Good lord, man. I'm trying to kill you people. Go down, man.
American 5613 O'Hare, continue straight ahead, Zulu, left turn on Lima.
Straight ahead on Zulu and left on Lima.
American 521, welcome to Chicago. Continue Charlie 1 straight ahead on to Zulu, hold short 27 center.
Delta 805, climb and maintain 15,000, direct to Niski.
At 15,000, direct to Niski, Delta 805.
45 touch.
Oh no.
4365 traffic 11 to climb. 2
Oh,
miles north.
what an
bound. It's
ignominious
circa
end.
8,200. I'm not talking with.
What a disaster. Departure Lindbergh 4510. Had a little crash. Logging out.
Roger. They're 4365 traffic no longer factored for the puncting on the maintain with.
Oh, man. What a friggin' heartbreaker, man. That's the worst. Oh well. That's what happens sometimes. The only thing...
we will be taxiing for the next few minutes.
No,
so
we will
remain.
not. We are all dead. That's what happened there. That's the way it goes out here in the West, kids. Well, you want to be sure and tune in for this one. Appreciate everybody who did stop by. It was almost perfect. but I accidentally oversped the aircraft and it probably ripped the wings off because it's very sensitive. And that's why there's two pilots in a plane too, by the way. That's something that just happens to help share the load. But anywho, appreciate y'all tuning in today. We'll try it again another time. And maybe we'll actually land. Who knows? Until then, take care. Bye-bye.